Welcome back. Pop Warner's been dead for 39 years now. That does not qualify as a scoop. But today, Pop Warner did become the second winningest coach in college football history. 6 more victories were uncovered by the author of a new book, and the NCAA credited Warner with all 6 of them. Apparently, Pop Warner coached 2 teams at one time from 1895 to 1899. Iowa State and Georgia the same year. Iowa State and Cornell. Iowa State and Carlisle. Road trips must have been murder. With the 6 victories, Warner moved ahead of Amos Alonzo Stagg. Neither Stagg nor Warner were available for comment today on today's developments. Bob?
But we let the phone ring. The Hartford Whalers, a team in managerial flux. It continued today. Coach Paul Holmgren moving upstairs to concentrate on his GM duties. Assistant coach Pierre McGuire becoming the 5th Whaler head coach in the last 6 years. And when the Philadelphia Flyers look up the word futility in their Funkin' Wagnalls, they see the Pittsburgh Penguins logo. Flyers have only 2 wins in their last 15 games against the Pens, though they did win 4-3 opening night this year. Tonight's meeting at the Igloo, moments away on ESPN, but the understudies need to step up for the leading men.
It should have been Mario Lemieux and Eric Lindros on the same rink. Instead, it's a Penguins team now tied for the Northeast lead. Missing Monsieur Lemieux, the Pens' power play has slipped to 19th in the league, and their defense has surrendered 26 goals in the last 5 games. Only 1 win in that time. Rob Brindamore of the Flyers is working on an 8-game point streak, but since Lindros went down, the Flyers are 0-2. Joseph Baranek has 3 goals in those games. 3 other games tonight with replacement Zebras on ice.
It may be too much to handle. It's Mode 7 ring rotation and bone-crushing checks. It's NHL Stanley Cup hockey, part of the Super NES Sports Network, and it's in a league of its own.
Save right now. Buy 3 Goodyear tires at the regular price, get the 4th tire free. That's right. Buy any 3 of these Goodyear tires at the regular price and get the 4th free. 4 for 3 now. Hurry, sale ends soon.
Most of the floats at Mardi Gras are made right here at Blaine Kern Artists. They make things bigger than life. But for office supplies, they make one call to Office Depot. Office Depot takes care of business for millions of companies throughout North America. From Bourbon Street to Main Street, we guarantee low prices every day.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Office Depot, taking care of business with guaranteed low prices on thousands of brand name office supplies.
If NAFTA passes, his barber can cut hair on this country. Flyers and Pens are next. I'm Bob Lee.
I'm Charlie Steiner. We'll see you tomorrow.
Back of your head over there.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Levy. Welcome to National Hockey Night, ESPN's coverage of the NHL. Well, it is day 2 of the on-ice officials being off the ice. The strike continues. As always, joining me here in the studio, Jim Schoenfeld and Al Morganti. Al, what's the latest on the strike?
Well, of course, there were no formal talks scheduled for today. However, both Gary Bettman, the NHL commissioner, and Don Meehan, the chief negotiator for the officials, are in Toronto today, and we'll hear from each of them sometime during the show.
All right, now 3 games were played last night, and for the most part, with the replacement referees and the linesmen, all 3 went off without a problem. Just an example, Montreal and Ottawa, nothing special about it, but the point being just one of many situations that was handled properly by the 2 replacement linesmen and the replacement referee. In fact, this linesman actually escorted Lyle Oderline down to the locker room because in Ottawa, both teams exit the same way. Jim Schoenfeld obviously early, just one night in, 3 games played, but the NHL has to feel pretty good to this point about their replacement people.
Yeah, Steve, they can feel good about the first night. You mentioned 3 games in a night. Oftentimes you have 3 times as many games going on, so that will be a truer test for the officials. As long as the officials officiate the way they did in game or in night 1, things look good for the National Hockey League. The thing that could turn it around is a serious injury to a player or to an official that would be perceived as gross incompetence by the replacement official. If that happens, then the pendulum swings way over in favor of the striking officials.
All right, and again, guys, we will have much more coming up as the night progresses on the on-ice official strikes. Well, there is much more later ahead, but first I want to show you the schedule. 4 games tonight around the National Hockey League. Rangers have that 10-game unbeaten streak. In Vancouver tonight, where the Blues are playing, there is talk of a job action protesting the use of replacement officials at Pacific Coliseum by the Canadian Union of Public Employees. This is ESPN's National Hockey Night.
As your responsibilities grow, so do your insurance needs. To help you, Nationwide insurance agents use a computer system to provide faster, more accurate proposals on auto, home, and life insurance. Agency office automation. More blanket protection from Nationwide.
Celebrating over 50 years of insuring for the auto, life, home, and business, Mardell Kopnicki and Kathleen Sanko-Han.
Should the range in your home make its home on the range? Then it's time to visit your friends at Good Housekeeping Appliances. Good Housekeeping Appliances carries one of the largest selections of appliances in Natrona Heights. Good Housekeeping Appliances guarantees the lowest prices. So if your range should make its home on the range, come to Good Housekeeping Appliances in Natrona Heights. Over 37 years of customer satisfaction.
Weight action as Al ice cold defends his International Boxing Federation title against Vincent Boulware. Championship boxing tomorrow night live on ESPN.
The Stanley Cup Playoff. The magic of the '93 Stanley Cup Playoffs is yours forever with this power-packed video. You'll cheer the overtime victories, last-second dramas, and hockey star-studded performances. You'll find all the spectacular players and plays in the official '93 Stanley Cup video. To order for $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping, use your credit card and call 1-800-688-1991. That's 1-800-688-1991.
Welcome back, everyone. The Rangers and Panthers coming up shortly from Miami. Should be fun. Roger Nielsen coaching against his former club. Rangers are now undefeated in their last 10 games.
And the main reason has been their special play on special teams. They lead the league in power play. They lead the league in penalty killing and also in shorthanded goals. Mike Gartner scoring one right here against the Buffalo Sabres. 2 good moves by Sabre defenseman Grant Fuhr, the only guy. And Gardner goes top shelf there. Here's an errant pass intercepted by Messier. Messier to Adam Graves going in breakaway from center ice. Makes no mistake scoring a shorthanded goal, and that is why the Rangers are on top of the Atlantic Division.
Their opponent, the Florida Panthers, should be very proud of themselves. 18 games into their NHL life, just 1 game under 500. Very respectable.
Respectable because of one guy, John Van Beesbroek in the goal. This guy has been absolutely sensational. Not only making saves, but here you see his great anticipation and quickness. He's playing aggressively for the young Panthers, following the puck, making saves, smothering the rebounds, and really has helped this young Panther defenseman. When you think of the success of this team, Roger Nielsen, of course, the coach, and great goaltending by John Van Beesbroek.
All right, Jim, it is the Panthers and the Rangers. You'll hear from Sam Rosen and John Davidson. You'll also get a look at Brian Leetch, the second highest scoring defenseman in the NHL behind Al McInnes of Calgary. This is ESPN's National Hockey Night.